Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi
News.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka here in Accra. I am Charles Osukumi. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, 1 dead, 4 others injured after sustaining gunshot wounds following a misunderstanding that led to the firing of arms during the Ashirasi Ojra festival.
34 suspects have been arrested and are in police custody in Eburi, assisting with investigations. 2 weapons have been retrieved.
Also coming up in the bulletin, academic activities disrupted in Zabzugu as severe rainstorm destroys school buildings. Over 1,000 residents displaced following extensive damage to infrastructure.
The storm came and destroyed most of our schools, including our offices. So we are in a mourning state.
Still ahead, banking consultants urges stronger controls and urges tougher sanctions for banks linked to money laundering.
The time has come for them to come and sanction the banks well, as is done in the other jurisdictions. Recently, HSBC in New York was fined huge for breach of money laundering.
And later on the Citi Prime News, Northern Ghana gears up for Channel 1 TV and Citi FM's Northern Business Fair slated for this weekend. We'll take you live to the northern region in Tamale this afternoon to give you a sneak peek of what to expect. All that coming up on the Citi Prime News here on 97.3 Citi FM. The news can also be heard live around the world on citinewsroom.com and also on our partner stations in country. In the western region, we're heard on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky Power 93.5 FM, both in Takrady. In the Bono region, we're live on J Live 95.5 FM in Sinai. In the Ashanti region, we're on Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're held on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajevu.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
I am Charles Osukumi, grateful to you for your time this afternoon. Let's get into the details of the bulletin. And 1 person has died and 4 others are receiving treatment for gunshot wounds following a shooting incident during the Ojra festival at Ashrasim, the Kriapim South municipality of the eastern region. The violence reportedly erupted after a misunderstanding led to the firing of arms during the celebration. Police have arrested 34 suspects who are currently in custody at Eburi, assisting with investigations. A pump-action gun and a pistol have also been retrieved. Eastern Regional Police PRO Superintendent Ebenezer Tete tells Citi News that all those found culpable will be dealt with according to the law.
We are going to ensure that the law takes its course and the persons who have been arrested are taken through the due process to serve as a deterrent to other persons who are bent on fomenting troubles and creating problems this year, especially with regards to the celebration of the Ojura festival. The police are going to ensure that nobody take the law into his own hands, and the security of the area before, during, and after the festival is ensured. We are going to ensure that any miscreants or anybody who will come to the Kriapim area, Eburi and the other areas that will be celebrating the Ojura festival and foment troubles are quickly arrested and dealt with in accordance with the law. We want to assure everybody that we'll do everything within our power to ensure that persons go about their duties during their celebration, before, during, and after, without any let or hindrance, ill will, or affection.
You heard Superintendent Eben Atete. He is the Public Relations Officer for the Eastern Regional Police Commander. Superintendent Eben Atete has joined us on the telephone for updates on the current situation in Ashura. Good afternoon to you, sir. I'm grateful to you for your time here on the City Prime News. The 34 people that were arrested, can you tell us their status currently?
Thank you very much. All the 34 who were arrested following the disturbances at Assurance, that led to the death of a 45-year-old man, one Isaac Nanakwisi, have all been arraigned before the Mampon Magistrate Courts this morning. And the charges that were preferred against them are rioting with offensive weapon and causing harm.
Okay, sir. Do we know what exactly led to this misunderstanding?
What happened was that there was a ritual that was to be performed heralding the Ojura Festival at Ashuansi. There was a misunderstanding as to who was the rightful person to perform that particular ritual. That is a lifting of a ban on noise making. So that led to a misunderstanding, which resulted in the shooting that got 4 people, one of whom died shortly on arrival when he was rushed to the KOM Presidential Hospital at Ebri. So that is what caused the violence that has resulted in the death of one person and injury to 3 others who are currently receiving treatment at the KOM Presidential Hospital in Ebri.
All right, sir. What are the security measures you're currently putting in place? We're told that the festival is climaxing tomorrow.
Yes, the security arrangements so far, before, during, and after the Ojura Festival, which commenced on Monday, 20th of October, with a climax on Friday, which is tomorrow. That will be, celebrated with the Deba of Chiefs and other activities in the Equiapim area. These are the arrangements that we have put in place. We are going to deploy heavily on the grounds. As I even speak with you, there's intensive patrols on grounds. No weapon of any kind shall be permitted at the Deba grounds. And then we are also going to ensure that no live ammunition are fired at the Deba grounds.
Well, unfortunately, we lost Superintendent Ebenezer Tete there. He is the Public Relations Officer, Public Relations Head at the Eastern Regional Police Command. He was speaking to us about an incident at Ashurase where they are currently celebrating the Ojura Festival. The one person has died and 4 others, we're told, are currently receiving treatment for gunshot wounds following a shooting incident during the festival. We're told that the shooting was as a result of a misunderstanding that led to the firing of firearms over there. Yes, Superintendent Ebenezer Tete is back on the line with us. Thank you very much, sir. I was going to ask you about the Akropong Ojura Festival, which is also currently ongoing. This is even a bigger celebration. We also know about the chieftaincy disputes that's currently happening over there. What are the arrangements in terms of security, and what intelligence are you picking up for that festival, which is also climaxing tomorrow?
So, as I was saying, no live ammunition shall be fired at the Deba grounds or any part of the municipality. Also, all persons who have been officially sanctioned to fire musketries during the celebration shall be properly tagged, and they will be identifiable at all times. When it comes to patrols, as I've indicated, we are going to intensify our patrols within the Kuapim and the Ekropon enclave to ensure that no criminal takes advantage of the festive season to try and do anything that will breach the peace and security of the area. When it comes to traffic, we are going to also deploy heavily. Motor traffic officers will be on ground to ensure that there's vehicular traffic is not impeding the celebration. Motorbikes that will be raiding to the area shall not be allowed beyond a certain area. For example, they may be allowed to bring motorbikes, but beyond the old assembly area junction in the Kupon, will not allow motorbikes to go beyond. So there will be designated parking areas for all motorbikes, and the motorbikes are supposed to be parked at the audit service premises and then the old court premises. For effective traffic management, areas that we are also going to designate as parking spaces for cars that will be coming to the area. We have the shoe fabric area, the municipal assembly, the Dutch School Junction, High Church Park, and the old court premises. We know that some of these festivities are heralded with some rituals. So, for instance, to enhance security of the area, activities surrounding the Ojura festival, such as the visiting of the Amamprobi to bring the Ojura, shall be done during the day. This is to ensure that what we had on our hands not quite long does not repeat itself. The police command wish to advise all persons also traveling to the regional capital and beyond to use other alternative routes. For example, during the festival, we all know that the Peduase to the Ebri side of the road are heavily choked. So we want to advise motorists who will be coming to Kofodia and beyond to use the alternative route, which will be the Ofanko Pokwasi to the Nsawam road that can take you to Kofodia as well. For those who will be coming from the Tema area, the Dodoa Somanya to Edukonu route will also be there. This is to avoid the commuters staying in the huge traffic that usually builds up during the Ojura festival. So these and many other things are some of the arrangements that we are going to put in place. We are going to deploy heavily both uniform and plainclothes officers to ensure that intelligence and other policing and law enforcement activities are intensified before, during, and after the festivities.
Grateful to you, sir. Superintendent Ebenezer Tetep is Public Relations Head for the Eastern Regional Police Command. Let's move on away from the Ojura Festival. The Bompata District Court has remanded 2 suspects into police custody in connection with a robbery at Bonfa Edumasa in the Drabi municipality of the Ashanti region. The suspects were allegedly part of a group of armed men who attacked gold buyers in the community and fired gunshots indiscriminately while escaping on motorbikes. 6 residents, including a toddler, sustained varying degrees of injuries after being hit by stray bullets. Konongo Divisional Police Commander Chief Superintendent Frederick Asare Mensah tells Citi News that efforts are underway to arrest a 3rd suspect who is currently on the run.
Police, we are not supposed to detain anybody beyond the mandatory 48 hours. And in view of that, we haven't also finished with our investigations. So we had to send them to the Bompata District Court this morning, where they've been remanded to appear before court on the 6th of November. And we are making frantic effort to arrest the 3rd suspect who is currently at large. And we believe he will surely be arrested. Yes. What happened that day was that, in fact, after the 2 armed robbers were arrested, the suspected armed robbers were arrested, the youth were so angry that we should have allowed them to kill them at the scene. We said no, because some of them were saying they don't believe in the court system. So I had to calm them down and let them understand that it is not right that you even lynch and kill somebody who has involved himself in a crime. Because we need to investigate and know everybody who is connected to that crime. And so if you kill them, how are we able to arrest the others? So as I speak with you now, they are waiting on us to see what will happen. And so this morning that they've been remanded, we will let the opinion leaders of the town know that.
The voice of the Konongo Divisional Police Commander, Chief Superintendent Frederick Asare Mensah. You are still listening to the Citi Prime News here on 97.3 Citi FM. We're live here from our studios in Adabraka, here in Accra. In the northern region, you are listening to us on Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM. In the Upper East region, we're on Mike 105.3 FM in Avrongo. In the Upper West region, we're on Tinsong 97.3 FM in Wa. And in Drapa 96.1 FM. Still ahead in the bulletin, academic activities disrupted in Sabzugu as severe rainstorm destroys school buildings. Over 1,000 residents displaced following extensive damage to infrastructure. We have details shortly. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This October, Northern Ghana takes center stage. Get ready for the Northern Business Fair 2025, the ultimate one-stop shop for everything made in Ghana in the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From hand-woven smocks and intricate crafts to modern manufacturing, innovative packaging of made-in-Ghana products, and thriving homegrown businesses, it's a vibrant celebration of talent, innovation, and authenticity. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM, it's the biggest trade fair showcasing Kenyan SMEs, startups, research bodies, and indigenous brands making waves across the nation. It's happening on Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th of October 2025 at the Terminus Sports Stadium. The time is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Want to exhibit? Call 0205-973-973 today and book your space. Don't just hear about it, see it, experience it, and live it. The Northern Business Fair, your market, your connections, your growth. The Northern Business Fair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Side Hustle, the Ghana Enterprises Agency, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and supported by Cackstone Records.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. This is the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. In more news, banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etiahinem has expressed concern over the weakening of basic control systems in banks, which he says is contributing to financial crimes. The Attorney General recently disclosed cases of corruption worth millions of Ghana cedis involving some former government appointees and private individuals, raising questions about the role of banks in monitoring illicit financial flows. Speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show, Dr. Etiahinem urged banks to strengthen due diligence measures to help curb financial crimes.
You should be alert of the red flags. And the red flags are what we call the suspicious transaction. And it comes clearly to tell you what a suspicious transaction. Let me give you an example. I am a bank staff. I earn only 10,000. And then the next time you see a payment of 200,000, that is suspicious transaction. It is not in conformity with what I know already that I get 1,000. That should put the bank on real alert and do investigation. And where they think it's suspicious transaction, they formally report the FIC, Financial Intelligence Center, for them to continue with the procedure. So there are rules. There are regulations. It's done all over the world. I don't know why. Is it the institutional weaknesses in the banks, or because they are looking for deposit, they've forgotten the basics in account opening, the KYC. If you know your customer tells you who the customer is and know his transaction. If it's KYB, know the customer and know his business.
Dr. Richmond Etuahinem has also called on regulators to sanction banks cited in money laundering cases to serve as a deterrent to other banks.
I think the time has come for them to come and sanction the banks well, as is done in the other jurisdiction. Recently, HSBC in New York was fined huge for breach of money laundering. Here, I think because people are not punished very well, they tend to do so. The two institutions should begin to tell the bank that if we find suspicious transaction or anything that is money laundering or any transaction that exceeds what is expected of you, you have to be punished. When I say punished, you can even call for the change of the executive team and the board. It's not only sanctioning them with money. You can call them that because you're not up to the job, you cannot so that they can bring sanity into. And then the central bank and bank FIC must also be strong and robust to understand the nuances of the import declaration is international trade business. How many of them understand the nuances of international transit? It's becoming more complex. Now it's becoming more complex.
The voice of Dr. Richmond Etuahinem. He is a banking consultant. Now, a severe rainstorm has struck the Zabzugu district, displacing more than 1,000 residents and causing extensive damage to schools and public infrastructure. Citi News' Northern Regional Correspondent Mohammed Aminu Alabira visited the area and filed the following report.
Violent rainstorm on Friday afternoon swept through Zabzugu Township and nearby communities, leaving behind massive destruction. More than 1,000 residents have been displaced. The Human Resource Manager of the Zabzugu Education Office also expressed concern over the extensive damage and called for immediate intervention.
Particularly this week, because it is this week that the storm came and destroyed most of our schools, including our offices. So we are in a mourning state, even though no our life was taken, but it is not encouraging effective teaching and learning. We have even informed the regional director. We took a picture of the structure and then the way the trees are blown down. It is a disaster, something that we least expected. And the way and manner it came, it is beyond our capacity. So we have no alternative than to call on our father, the DC and his able officers to come to our aid so that we'll go back to square one and continue with the good work that we have been doing. Yes, I think in a short form, this is what I have.
Some affected residents who have lost their homes and belongings are making passionate appeal for relief support.
We are widows and our house has been completely destroyed. We have nowhere to sleep and are appealing for support.
The district director of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, Zabzugu, described the situation as dire.
In fact, we went around and a heavy rainstorm. We went around and saw a lot of houses were distracted. About 40 houses. Some of the houses were completely reformed. Some are even partially destroyed. Some are even completely destroyed. Some houses, including some of the schools. For the schools here, some of them are of just some were partially. And then the other one we saw when we went, that is the front of this thing. That is the most disaster among the schools. And then one of the private schools there, the pastor is also having one among the disaster school. As we are standing, some of the classes, the people cannot sit.
The Zabzugu District Chief Executive, after touring some of the affected schools, expressed sympathy for the victims and assured that the Assembly will take swift steps to support the affected institutions and restore academic activities.
The plan now is to also see how best we mobilize the resources to come and put the structure in place again so that the children can have conditions to study. And besides, Assembly alone cannot also, so we are also using this opportunity to call on the central government and any other Muslim organization to also come to our aid.
Our Northern Regional correspondent Mohammed Aminu Alabira filed that report from Zabzugu. Let's now do some NPP politics, and flag bearer hopeful for the party. Kwabena Japong has described the recent meeting between former President Akufo-Addo and the party's presidential aspirants, as frank, open and productive. The closed-door meeting held at the former president's private residence at Nema in Accra on Tuesday brought together all 5 NPP flag-bearer hopefuls and senior party officials in what has been described as a cordial effort to strengthen party unity ahead of the January 2026 primaries. Now, speaking on the point of view on Channel 1 TV, Kwabena Japong says the session allowed every aspirant to freely express their views and concerns, noting that it reflected a genuine commitment to dialogue and internal cohesion.
He called us all to invite us for the breakfast. And I think it was a good opportunity for all of us to meet in a very relaxed...
So this will be the first time all 5 of you are meeting under one roof?
Yes.
Outside of maybe like a party meeting?
Well, I mean, this is the first time we've met, which was a good thing. Gave us the opportunity to judge or have a relaxed session together. At least some very important things were discussed, but...
Did he give you the agenda before you came in?
No.
So it's just a breakfast?
Everybody knew what it was about, you know. Of course, the president has been around politics since the inception of this party, so he's been through all the difficulties and all.
Were you allowed to make your points about things happening in the campaign?
Everybody had the chance to speak, and so it was very open, very frank. Some tough things were said. Was it in-camera meeting?
Was he like trying to mediate some sort of...
Not really. I mean, just using his experience to a bit of try and draw some boundaries, you know, for us. That we should try and operate within some parameters, because that will make it easier for us to work together. Because eventually one of us will become the victor. I'm hoping that it is me, but you can never tell.
Now, Kwabena Japong also described the growing influence of money in Ghana's politics. His comments come in the wake of recent corruption-related charges against some former government appointees.
I think it's a sad commentary, you know, because, and I've had cause to criticize a former NDC chairman who said, no contribution, no chop. That chopping mentality should be taken out of our lexicon. Really out of our politics. We don't go into politics to chop. We go there to serve. You know, so you have to go in there, empty yourself for the goodwill of the Ghanaian people. And I want to see all of us politicians lead by example. Lead that way so that we can change the narrative, and those who are watching us, the younger ones, will say, yes, that's why we want to be in politics. It has to be possible for people to realize that you can live a fulfilled life without being exceedingly.
Voice of flag-bearer hopeful for the New Patriotic Party, Kwabena Japong. Away from the NPP, the Ministry of Health has directed all health agencies and regulatory bodies to intensify efforts to clamp down on illegal operations that pose a threat to public health. Speaking at the signing of a performance contract agreement, the Minister Kwabena Akando commended the Traditional Medicine Practice Council and the Health Facilities Regulatory Agency for their efforts in shutting down unlicensed health operators and facilities that fail to meet required standards. The minister further urged the Food and Drugs Authority and the Mortuaries and Funeral Facilities Agency to strengthen their regulatory oversight in order to enhance public health and safety.
And I will commend some of the agencies who are shaking the system. I've heard about the traditional medicine people going around trying to clamp down on the quack people in the system. I've heard about HEFRA, they're also shaking the system. I have not heard so much about FDA. I want to hear FDA out there. All the agencies under the ministry, I want to hear everybody executing its mandate, especially the mortuary people. They are also called MUFA. There are a lot of mortuaries out there without certification. They are not being regulated. And there are places we can easily spread diseases. Tell me if I'm lying. There are places, and you walk into communities, and the way dead bodies are laid in states, how we give free access to dead bodies in this country, this must be regulated.
Voice of Health Minister Kwabena Akando. Now we're taking you to Tamale pretty shortly, where the Northern Business Fair will be happening this weekend. Channel One TV and Citi FM is putting together that fair to give vendors and patrons the opportunity to converge for the sake of promoting made in Ghana products. Now that fair will be brought to you by Citi FM in collaboration with Channel One TV with their partners. Our reporter Chris is currently in Tamale, and he will provide us with some updates on what is currently ongoing. Chris, good afternoon to you. Tell us about preparations and how we're gearing up for the weekend.
Well, good afternoon to you, Charles, and it's exciting to be in Tamale this afternoon as management of CTFM and Channel 1 TV. We are here in the Northern Regional Capital where we are having the meeting edition of the Northern Business Fair. Charles, I can tell you that it's exciting to be here as history is yet to be made this Saturday and Sunday with over 150 registered participants to be exhibiting all their products as made in northern Ghana. That's from the Upper East to the Northern region to the Upper West region, Northeast and Savannah. We have everybody from manufacturing, processing, production, all taking part in this. And you know, this is the maiden edition. It's just a replica of what we usually have every year called the This is Ghana. And it's exciting, Charles, seeing how excited people are and registering. Management have been meeting with stakeholders here in Northern Ghana, the Northern Regional Minister, the Mayor of Tamale, and other stakeholders to make sure that we have a successful event come this Saturday. And seen most of the exhibitors because most of them have been watching Channel 1 TV. They've seen what we do in Accra, and they're excited that there is a replica to enable them to also bring out their products to show Ghana.
All right, Chris, I'm grateful to you. The Northern Business Fair is powered by Channel 1 TV and Citi FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Side Hustle, and the Ghana Enterprise Agency, and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. Well, that'll be all for this edition of the Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studio at Tadabraka in Accra. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for your time.
Citi News, we speak first.